Hello and welcome back to No Bullshit. Today we're talking about the Harvey Weinstein sex abuse scandal that's been rocking Hollywood for the last week. If you haven't heard already, Harvey Weinstein was a pretty prolific film producer in Tinseltown. He was the founder of Miramax Studios and the Weinstein Company, who over the years have produced many classic movies like Gangs of New York, Pulp Fiction, and even Oscar winners like The English Patient and Shakespeare in Love. Needless to say, his career has been long and filled with many successful movies and TV shows. But apparently, behind the scenes, Harvey has been a bit of a sleazy pervert.
Movie mogul Harvey Weinstein is on a leave of absence from his studio this morning after several women alleged he sexually harassed them. Actress Ashley Judd told the New York Times about an alleged incident in his hotel room nearly 20 years ago. She claimed he was in a bathrobe and asked to give her a massage or watch him take a shower.
Last week on October 5th, the New York Times published their expose of Harvey, accusing him of sexually harassing a number of women, including actress Ashley Judd. And once that story broke, the floodgates were opened. Story after story has been coming out about Harvey's sexual misconduct, him asking women to bathe with him, blowjobs on private jets. He even started jerking off randomly in front of an unsuspecting actress. Basically, Harvey has been abusing his position of power in Hollywood, using it to solicit sexual favors from women, likely wannabe actresses and other entertainers.
Judd told the Times, "I said no a lot of ways, a lot of times, and he always came back at me with some new ask."
So, in light of these recent developments, Harvey Weinstein has been fired from his own titular company late Sunday night. In fact, there's even reports that the Weinstein Company may be changing its name after all of this. Not the worst idea in the world, that's for sure. I have a feeling a lot of Hollywood is going to start distancing themselves from the Weinstein name in the future. And you would think by now they'd all be calling Harvey out for this bullshit. Sure, there hasn't been trials or convictions yet, but dozens upon dozens of reports do suggest he was up to something. Plus, Harvey has been settling with and paying off his sexual harassment accusers for decades, as also reported by the New York Times.
The Times reports Weinstein reached at least 8 settlements, each of up to $150,000, with women who alleged improper conduct.
Surely loads of Hollywood people will be calling Harvey out by now, right? Not exactly. Before today, it was mostly radio silence from the movie-making community. Sure, now we got Kevin Smith and Mark Ruffalo calling him out on Twitter, and Meryl Streep is making very strategic and overly publicized statements about it, but overall I would say Hollywood's reaction to this has been piss poor at best, especially when you look into the late night shows. Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, Bill Maher, they've all not set a peep. Even Saturday Night Live, who's known for making jabs at national news stories like this, they chose to cut out all their Harvey jokes at the last minute. When SNL creator Lorne Michaels was asked why the show didn't mention Harvey, he jokingly said, "It's a New York thing. I guess covering up sexual abuse is a New York thing now. If it's done by a New Yorker producer like Harvey, who they know and love, of course." Funny how President Donald Trump, another New Yorker, wasn't given the same privilege. He wasn't given the same benefit of the doubt, that's for sure. SNL has happily shit all over Trump for the last year, even repeatedly bringing up his now infamous grab her by the pussy line, which I still think is hilarious. And that was just Trump talking shit backstage one day, and SNL and other comedians will never let it go. But Harvey Weinstein is whipping his dick out and jerking off on actresses and he gets a pass? That shit doesn't check out to me.
Lauren Savon is a TV reporter in Los Angeles. Here she is doing the local weather.
A big old high pressure system hanging out in the Great Basin.
What she says Weinstein did after trying to kiss her is shocking.
He stood in front of the exit and he'd said, "All right, we'll just stand there and be quiet." And I had no idea what was gonna happen at this point, but I was truly shocked when he, exposed himself.
I think all the late night hosts and supposed topical comedians staying silent on this actually says a lot. It shows their true colors. The Tonight Show, The Daily Show, SNL, etc. They have all blasted Trump for over a year for supposedly being sexist, racist, and homophobic. And all that's based on lies, manipulation, and zero evidence. Hollywood happily brought up the grab her by the pussy shit week after week, but now we've got a real story of Harvey actually grabbing pussies and they're all as quiet as church mice. Obviously they're avoiding the issue, probably because Weinstein is not only a liberal and Jewish, but he's also one of their own. He was one of the top Hollywood elites before all this drama. Funny how Jimmy fucking Kimmel cries like a baby week after week lately about healthcare and the Vegas shit, but he doesn't even say a word about Harvey Weinstein groping girls repeatedly, just a few blocks away from his studio on Hollywood Boulevard.
The insinuation was that we, as part of the biased left-wing media propaganda machine, wouldn't say anything about him because he's a Democrat. And he replied, great, I look forward to your monologues next week. You're probably due for a change, if only for a moment or two. And I responded, great, in the meantime, enjoy this. And I posted a link to the video of Daddy on the Access Hollywood bus.
But there is a silver linings playbook to come out of all this. The deflation of Hollywood and their assumed authority on morality. They love to lecture us week after week about politics. They love grandstanding as these supposed enlightened, morally superior liberals. But ironically, it appears that morality they try so hard to act like they have, well, that's all it is. Just acting. Harvey Weinstein's sins are more than enough to take down that moral high ground. And the rest of Tinseltown who covered this up and still refuses to call Harvey out, they're just making things worse. So in a way, I'm happy all of this is going down. Of course we feel bad for the victims though. The poor women who had to sleep with this gross fat Jew to get work. But at least now this dark underbelly, pun intended, of Hollywood has been exposed. And maybe, just maybe, the movie and TV makers will stop preaching its bullshit, holier than thou politics for a while. Because over the last year, since the election and stuff, we certainly had plenty of that crap. Probably enough for a lifetime. What do you guys think? Is Harvey Weinstein Burger a total creep? Should his company do a name change? And why aren't The Tonight Show and SNL calling this guy out? Comment your thoughts below, and thanks for watching No Bullshit. One quick announcement about our Patreon page before we go. First, if we get back to 1,000 per month, I'll be recording a full video with my beautiful face, which if you haven't seen my face reveal yet, it's on there under the rewards for $1. Next, I lowered my reach goal down to 1,500, which will give you guys the very first feature-length No Bullshit movie. So go on to patreon.com/nobullshit and sign up today. Even just $1 per month really helps. Think about it like this. We have over 200,000 subscribers here on YouTube. So if I just get 1% of you guys to hop on Patreon for $1, we will not only pass our reach goal and get that movie, also be able to not worry about ads and getting shut down here on YouTube. I really love doing these videos full time for you guys. And the best way to help with that is to sign up on Patreon. Thanks again for watching our new episode. See y'all next time.
I let it go back to when we played as kids, but things changed. That's the way it is. Come on, come on. That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same.
One more thing, I want to give a special thanks to these amazing Patreon supporters. You guys are the best. You guys went above and beyond the rest, and I love you so much for it. If anyone else wants to donate or join our Patreon crew, link in the description. Thanks again.
Were you scared? I wasn't so much scared as disappointed in myself. I thought, oh, I'm so stupid. I really thought that we were just having a nice conversation, and here I am. I should have known better.